what is the ordered pair for the maximum or minimum value of the following graph? We've never talked about maximum or minimum, but an ordered pair, you see that word ordered pair? That's saying that's an ordered pair, x, y. Now we're going to talk about what a max or min in a second. Or basically, the max or min is the vertex. I'll show you it afterward. Get a little ways on this. Basically, we're asking for what's the vertex of this. So how do you find a vertex? X equals negative b over 2a. We want the vertex, xy, ordered pair. So in this situation, 6 is your b value. A is negative 1. A is negative 1. B is 6. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 looks like we have 3. That's the x value of my vertex. Remember, that's the line of symmetry. The line of symmetry of a parabola is where the vertex is. So how do we find the rest of this answer? How do you find y? You just take the equation and you're going to plug 3 in for y, in for x, to find y. So when we plug in 3, that's 3 squared is 9, then make it negative. Again, 3 squared, then make it negative. Then we have 6 times 3, which is 18, and then we have minus 1. So it looks like y equals, looks like 9 minus 1, which is 8. So my coordinate is 3, 8. That is my max or my min. Now how do we know which one it is? Well, look at your a value. Is this a happy or sad parabola? If it's a sad parabola, what do you think your vertex is going to be? A maximum height or a minimum height? Maximum. Can you understand this is going to be a max because it's a happy, sorry, it's a sad parabola? Now, if you had one of these, do you understand that would be a min? If it's sad, sorry, if it's happy, do you understand that vertex is a minimum? Do you understand since it's sad, the vertex is a maximum? So you're basically looking for the vertex, and then you want to define if that vertex is a max or a min. It's a kind of two-part question in this benchmark. It's not really stated exactly, but do the practice and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, what are the zeros of the following graph? We haven't talked about zeros. But zeros are the x-intercepts, also called the roots. We could graph this and find out where it crosses the x-axis, but there's a simpler method. Do you understand if I want my x-intercepts, do you understand that y equals 0 when I want my x-intercept? If I want my x-intercept, I want x when y is 0. So if I simply take 0, plug it in for y, can I solve this for x? If you plug 0 in for y and solve for x, you will get your zeros. Now how do you solve this? Well, you factor. 16, negative 10. That looks like negative 8 and negative 2. Okay, what do we do next? Don't we set each piece equal to 0? Are we going to get that equal to 0 and x minus 2 equal to 0? So what is my answer? Well, this one, if you add 8 over, you get x equals 8, and if you add 2 over, you get x equals 2. Now technically, I'm kind of I kind of like my zeros as coordinates. Zeros, I kind of like them as coordinates. So this is going to be x is 8, y is 0. This is going to be x is 2, y is 0. Those are my zeros, also called my roots, also called my x-intercepts. Yes, sometimes they'll write it just as 8 and 2, but I sometimes like them as coordinates, just so I can show me that they are coordinates. Again, those are the answers. These are them as coordinates. Okay. Next question. What is the axis of symmetry? Well, isn't that going back to this problem? Isn't that the x equals negative b over 2a? Idea? Isn't that your axis of symmetry? And then here the vertex was on your axis of symmetry. So if I want my axis of symmetry, all we're going to do is, looks like we have b is that, so the opposite of negative 16. And it looks like a is a2. So it looks like my axis of symmetry is going to be, what, 16? Because a negative times a negative. And the bottom's 4. So 16 divided by 4 is? There's my axis of symmetry. X equals 4 is a vertical line at 4. There's the middle of this particular graph. The last question. The easiest one. I want my y-intercept. To find my y-intercept, do you understand x equals 0? If I want my y-intercept, do you understand that x equals 0? So all you do, it's really stupid. You go ahead and plug in 0, and if you start looking at this, what's my answer going to be? Isn't it always just going to be this last number? Your y-intercept, if it's in standard form, is always just the last number. Because when you plug in 0, everything disappears. You get 0 plus 0 minus 8. So it looks like y equals 8, and if I want it as a coordinate, 8 is your y value, and 0 is your x value. This is y-intercept. Thank you. It is negative 8. I missed that. Negative 8. It's negative 8. It's real simple. It's always going to be just that last number, c. It's always going to be your y-intercept. These are your x-intercepts of this particular problem. Axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. And then max or min deals with the vertex. Okay. Remember, it's the vertex for max or min.